Oh, okay.
Here with Lynn Hertzberg. And Lynn, you've been in town since the early 70s.
Yes, 1971, yeah.
And so you've got a really wonderful perspective of the growth of the town from what arguably could have been still very rural feel and setting to what we have today and all that we have today. And so you're our second interview for kind of what we believe makes the community center great, and it's the people associated with it. And we'd love to hear more about your story, how you got to town, and kind of from then to what you've done. You volunteered in softball coaching. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, there's a field named for you.
Yeah, the high school field.
Which I think is
in my name, yeah.
Quite the wonderful legacy.
It was. They dedicated it in June of 2021. It was a surprise. It was lovely.
What a legacy that is.
Yeah,
that had to been an emotional, proud moment as well.
No question about it.
That's cool. So you got here in the early 70s. What was Newtown like back then?
Well, you live in the same house, so we were at Main Street. So Main Street has changed, but basically, I had 3 daughters, and they always enjoyed the general store, the library, the things that are still there. It's just that there are more people involved, and the traffic situation, obviously, on Main Street, when 84 is backed up a little bit, very very heavy on Main Street.
What do you miss most, maybe from what town was like 40 years ago?
My youth. Really, that's the thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What have you liked most about seeing the change in town? That are things that are different 40 years ago than now?
Well, the community center certainly is a tremendous addition, recent years. But other than that, the girls growing up, they had the athletic programs. They didn't go through the school system.
Okay.
I feel that it's the same community, except that there are there's more cars on the road and things of that nature. I don't know what the population was, Andy, when we moved in.
But we're about 27,000 now.
Now,
so
yeah.
I gotta imagine it could have been 10,000 when you moved in.
Yeah, the high school was just being built. Everything was revolved around the middle school was everything.
Yeah.
So that the schools, the addition of schools and things of that nature.
But from your perspective, which I think is a really important perspective, the feel of town is kind of the same, aside from the traffic.
Yeah, I think so.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I think so.
And talk to me about the community center. You're here almost every day swimming. What has the addition of the community center here in town done for you and the town, in your opinion?
Well, first of all, I have to say to the reception, the young ladies at the reception center are wonderful. It's a very friendly feeling. So you come in and it's always pleasant. Matt does a marvelous job.
Yep.
And at my stage now, not to bore you, but my knees are kind of shot, if you will. And I had hip surgery, so I can't walk like I used to. So the pool, you can do so many things, Andy, in the pool that you can't do on land.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's a tremendous addition to my life to come daily and have that. And then the social aspect. There are very nice men and women here that you chat with. So it's a very pleasant a couple hours every day. I experience, definitely.
From a quality of life perspective.
Yeah, it's from quality of life. There's no question about it. Yeah.
And I think you nailed the nail on the head. It's become a social.
Yes, no question about it.
And across all generations. Obviously, we have the senior center, but I always walk in and I see multi-generations hanging out in the common area or in the pool or what have you. And it's just such a wonderful addition to I think what we have around here.
And it's very modest, cost-wise.
Yeah.
So everything is a total positive. Matt does a nice job. They're expanding, and I think they're going to do something outside for the youngsters.
Yep, a new splash pad.
Yeah, splash pad, and there's something else that they're doing on the site. I think a little recreation area.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So it is. It's definitely for various age groups.
Absolutely. So tell me, I want to learn a little bit more. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I want to learn a little bit more about your background. You've coached softball for 22 years. You're not coaching this year. Did you grow up playing baseball?
Yeah, I played college baseball. I played high school and then I played college baseball
Where'd you go to college?
Hofstra, yeah,
Okay.
on Long Island.
All right. And then you stayed. Now, did you stay involved in baseball and softball for that entire time, or did you take a break and then came back to coach softball here? Or
Yeah, I have my own business, which I loved and was very active in. And then I started coaching girls basketball. It's always been with girls.
okay,
In
because you have
1980,
three daughters, right?
3 daughters. So I coached park and rec basketball for 20 plus years.
Okay.
And then did softball, and then it started with the high school in 2000.
Okay.
And did it every year up to COVID. Then we missed COVID. Then I did 2 years, and then broke my hip. And this year I'm not able to do it
Okay. And
physically and mentally.
it seems like it was a passion of yours.
Oh yeah, it was wonderful.
It was just something fun to do. It wasn't even.
Oh, it was very enjoyable. The young ladies, the girls that played were wonderful. A lot of lovely friendships.
Yeah.
The coaches through the years had 4 different coaches, and they were all very, very pleasant. Very. Everything was positive. The support from the athletic Greg and Matt was marvelous.
Yeah.
Everything about it was positive.
What will you miss most?
I think the association with the girls,
Yeah.
being involved, having a little role in being with them, and working with them on their game, developing their game, and then in the game, the game's atmosphere, the atmosphere of the game, coaching first. It was exciting.
Yeah, and if you're a competitor and
You're
you've
right,
been
yeah.
around sports your whole life, then
Yeah, and the team was always very competitive.
And so, aside from here at the pool every day, what else are you filling your time with these days?
Well, I have 7 grandkids,
Wow.
which we keep active.
Are people
with.
are people local still?
Well, I have one daughter in Woodbury,
Okay.
and she has 3, but they were grown and they're mostly in Vermont.
Okay.
They were with the 2 of them yesterday, and then I have a daughter in Hingham, Massachusetts, with 2 daughters. One's in law school, and one's just graduated from UVA. We go back and forth,
Wonderful.
and then the 3rd one, the youngest, is in Charlottesville, Virginia. I spend time down there.
Okay. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
we just came back from a week in Florida with them.
Where in Florida we're in?
We're in Anna Maria Island out by Saratoga.
Sarasota.
Saratoga is different
Saratoga's
state.
for the horses.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
right, Sarasota. Yeah, it was an island, lovely spot.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, good spot.
Have you been there before?
No.
No. Good for you. Good for you. Well, Lynn.
So that I keep that active that way.
I was
Try
gonna
to
say, how old are you, if I may ask?
mid 80s.
Mid 80s?
Yeah, a little higher, but I can't give you the
I don't want
proper
the-
age. I can't because it's depressing when I think about the actual age.
That's fine.
So,
I like that.
don't even work.
The range is fine.
We forget the age.
State of mind.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you're kicking age in the rear end pretty well.
Well, Andy, as you get older, you have to be active mentally and physically. You have to continue to be active,
Absolutely.
and have things that you're interested in and think about, and the old story, doing puzzles.
Yeah.
But the social aspect of life is very important.
Absolutely.
It stimulates the mind, and that's what I miss about the softball a little bit. Was the daily going to practice every day, working on lineups and strategies, and the game situations.
Yeah,
you
I
miss,
bet.
but
I bet. Well,
can't do it.
I've heard a lot about you before I got to sit down with you.
Oh,
And
and you still wanted
and
to chat.
Matt told me I had to do it, and I said okay.
Oh.
But thank you for taking this time. I love these talks, and you continue to be why Newtown's a wonderful place.
Well, thank you very
And why
much.
the community center is a wonderful place, and such a positive attitude, and the contributions you've given to so many over the years are many. And and again, we haven't sat down officially met until now, but I knew who you were,
I see.
and people talk about and what a good person you are, and it's just a
Appreciate that.
pleasure for me, an honor to sit down with you. So,
I don't know if you're aware, but we have a scholarship that we've given since 2018 through the Newtown Scholarship. It's $40,000 a year, and it goes to they do a lot of interviewing with folks, and the recipient receives $10,000 a year
That's
to
awesome.
the college. Yeah,
That's
we've done it
wonderful.
since 2018.
That's one. Is it you're in your name?
It's Hertzberg it's Hertzberg Family Foundation.
What was your
Sure.
career? What was your career?
We specialized in tax sheltered annuities for employees of both 403B.
Yep.
You may be familiar with. It's like the 401k, but for employees of public schools and nonprofit organizations.
Gotcha.
And that was my business. Worked with 80 some odd school districts.
Yeah, that's a big business.
It was a nice business, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's like yourself. If you're in a business that you're right for,
Yeah.
that you enjoy, it helps in you becoming successful because it's not a job. It's something that you enjoy doing, and
I agree.
Yeah.
100% agree. Is everything perfect every day? Absolutely not.
Not.
But it's not work either. It's you know,
it's something that you would do without it's compensation to some degree.
it's a bonus.
Yeah,
You know, the fact that I get to take care of my family
Right.
and achieve a lot of goals and save money, hopefully for things my family might need one day. That is an absolute blessing and a bonus. But the people I get to meet
yes.
and help along the way, it's wonderful. So
Well, you have a good size. How many people do you have working for
we
you?
have 15 full-time agents.
Yeah, that's good
It's a
size.
good size. It's
So
good
where is your office?
So we're right on Churchill Road, 17 Churchill. So it was the same office my father-in-law was in for 30 years.
So we have the Newtown B. So down
Go
down a little bit on the same
go,
side.
Yep, go 2 doors past the old Dental Associates building. Same side of the road, about 2 doors down from. So Newtown B, I think then the Dental Associates, then 1 or 2 buildings, and then me. Before where the 2-story brick building is, where Dr. Isgood used to be. It's a building
Okay.
next to him right before him coming down the hill.
And you've been there for a while.
We bought. So my father-in-law, my wife's family owned the building for 40 years. Her uncle owned it, and my father-in-law rented it for him for 30 when his brokerage was there. And the family sold it. My father-in-law sold his business in about 05 to Coldwell Banker, and we sold the office building about 8 years ago to Pete Stockwell, who owns local Allstate insurance agency. I bought it back from him almost 2 years ago, and we opened our brokerage up about a year and a half ago.
So you have house all 15 people there,
Yeah.
and your
Yeah.
other staff.
We have about 3,000 square feet of finished space, so we're able to come very much comfortably and even rent a couple spaces upstairs out to some other
Yeah.
folks. We don't even need all of it. So
Okay.
it was a good investment.
Yeah, sure. Real estate has proven to be.
Buy it and hold it, pay off your debt, and let it cash flow one day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the goal. Hopefully I can buy some more soon. I'm looking. There's nothing out there right now. It's a tough market for
Are
that.
you in the commercial buildings? you
I would
mentioned?
love something similar to what I have on Churchill, something like that. You know, an old residential building that's now used for office space, or
Yeah.
I would like that. It's a little simpler to manage compared to residential sometimes. You don't have the true human element to deal with. Dealing with companies is a little bit easier sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good.
And
Okay.
you're still on Main Street, right?
Yeah, it's the same place since in
Where are you?
70.
Where?
Well, we're 61, so you know the old library.
Yeah.
We're one down.
Oh, great.
It's a lot of white
Yeah.
colonial. Guy
That's
diagonally
okay.
across from the monument.
Yep.
6 buildings up from town hall.
Perfect.
Same side.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's been there. Gave great stability to the family. The youngsters growing up, that being the
Walk
same.
everywhere. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, just from a home that it's been their home for all these years, and they feel
Still is.
comfortable.
Come home
Yeah,
now,
it's
great.
nice. Yeah,
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to take me out feet first, hopefully, in 50 years. I'm not leaving my house. I'm not going anywhere. It's great, and for the same reason, I want the kids to come back and grandkids hopefully one day, and all that stuff that life has for us. So
yeah. My daughter comes down. We're big fans of UConn women's basketball.
Yeah.
I think the women's game is more enjoyable to watch than the men's game.
So I would agree sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, well, they play fundamental basketball. Good
It's very
defense.
skill-based.
Yeah, no dunking.
Yeah.
You know, it's yeah.
No, it is fun to watch the men right now. They're really good.
UConn men. Are,
Yeah.
they're a powerhouse.
Totally.
So the women had a big game tonight.
Yes, we'll be watching.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Absolutely. I don't know how much I'll probably be sleeping before the end, but I'm gonna try. No, but
You get up pretty early.
yeah, I do. Lynn, thank you, man.
Oh, Andy, you're very
I
welcome.
appreciate
Enjoyed
you. It
visiting.
was wonderful to meet you.
And
We gotta get you in the pool.
yeah, 11:30. I'm